becoming more competitive with less. You don't have a lot of money to spend like me. Remember, I started this with $1,700. Our mind thinks about the questions that we ask. You got to be a madman like me. You got to not come up for air if you want to be a millionaire. You win, I win. I win, you win. Let's go win. Now, becoming more competitive with less. This is the key because see, we don't start a business and then just start making money. Business doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. When we start a business, guys, we spend money. It's just the name of the game. Now, if you don't have a lot of money to spend like me, remember I started this with $1,700. Sorry, that ain't no money. Shit, I didn't have no money to spend. You got to spend time, energy, and effort. So you're going to have to either money or either time, energy, and effort or a little bit of both, right? If you got more money to put into your business, guess what that does? That collapses your timeline. That's what that does. If you don't have any money, well, then you got to put in the time, the energy, the effort. You got to be a madman like me. You got to not come up for air if you want to be a millionaire in 2 years. Do you? I mean, if you don't, that's cool. Shit, plenty more houses for me. Just saying. So you become more competitive with less resources. These are the questions, y'all, that you have to answer. Remember what I told you today in the VIP. Please, man, because it all correlates. I told you our mind thinks about the questions that we ask. So just ask yourself, any business owner, any entrepreneur, this is what you asked yourself before you started a business, whether you know it or not consciously. Daniela, she says she does the food truck thing. So she had to ask herself, well, is there an existing market for food truck? This type of food? Right, yeah, we ask ourselves this. So we ask ourselves this with real estate too, okay? Is there an existing market? And then who does your product or service help? Who? Think about it. Any entrepreneur, and I'm using Daniela as an example just because that's what came to my mind, but with a food truck, you're asking yourself, who does my product or service help? So that way I know where to go park my truck. Do I park outside of factories at lunchtime? Do I park, what kind of, you know what I mean? Who does your product or service help? So we do the same thing with real estate. In this way though, we are working and we are asking ourselves this question when we're learning this stuff so that we can get the perfect prospect in front of us. We can knock on the perfect prospect's door. You want to know why Clyde has this 2-package deal? Carrie has this house that was just built 2 years ago and we're getting them. You want to know why? Because during their onboarding with Shakta, they targeted these properties. I'm talking about targeted down to that property. That one looks good. Go get it. You want to know why? Because based off of the data points of the problem and Shakta knowing very well who our product or service helps, she was able to target those properties. Boom, perfect. They were like waiting for somebody to knock on their door. Now, had we not been really good at what we do, nobody would ever came. Think about that. So answer that question. Ask yourself that repeatedly. And when you're learning this, it'll come to you because you're asking yourself that question. Who are the type of people in foreclosure, right? Next, what is their problem? You want to know what their problem is because remember, guys, we don't buy houses, we buy problems. And it's the same thing with any business. See, the problem is this, guys, is that we want more. We want to have a more comfortable life. We want to have financial freedom. We want to be able to stop selling our time. We want to stop having to go to this place and giving up piece of ourself, a piece of our soul, our essence, in exchange for just money. We don't want to do that anymore. But unfortunately, we have to because we've been saddled with responsibilities. Not with our family. Our family, no, that's great. We're always going to have responsibilities with that, but it's the debt and the consumerism and crap that comes along with it, right? So what you gonna do? So think about it. As an entrepreneur, we're solving a problem, any problem. But what happens with us is we'll try something and we'll work on it for a little while. And I believe it was Bianca who said this. And Bianca was on a call with me and Jerry early this week, Monday. And I'll tell you what, that don't happen all being on a call with me and old Coach Jerry one-on-one. But this is the whole thing. We'll start doing a business, man. We'll see an opportunity and we'll start it, whether it's a t-shirt business, drop shipping, I don't even know, man, whatever, all that stuff, you know, because there's plenty of people here who have done many of things. I mean, I've heard people say it in their lives, right? And we feel like the thing isn't working for us. We try it, we're doing a little bit of it, and we're not getting the results that we want. And so we're like, oh, this ain't working for me. And then we see a shiny new object out of our peripheral vision. And we stop doing that thing because we want to start this new thing because maybe that'll work for us. But see, the problem is that one, we thought that it wasn't working for us, so we didn't work on it long enough so that it could work on us, so that we could become the person that we needed to be for it to work for. You have to become that person first. I'm trying to tell you, that's why I get so happy about the lives and the fact that like my inner circle students, The people that you hear that are like, I was in Become a Bank Challenge 4 and I've been to everyone, Stan, they're in my inner circle. They don't pay me to come back to the challenge. I don't take money from them that, oh yeah, it's $97, $197, and you're in my inner circle. I don't do that type of shit, man. I don't. Now there's people out there that do, not me. If you're in my inner circle, I want you to win. I'm not gonna charge you no money, but your ass gotta participate. Now, if you don't want to participate, well, hey, then you can pay me, because you ain't gotta participate. If you pay me, shit, do your thing, you know. But that's what it is around here, right? So we start these other businesses, man, and we start doing these other things, and we won't give ourselves the opportunity and the grace. We won't give ourselves the grace to be consistent, because we are what we consistently do, y'all. That's it. Now we are. So if you can ask yourself these questions and find that out, what is their problem? What is my ideal prospect's problem? What problem am I going to target? So I'm going to show you guys the problems in real estate that we target. Don't worry, I got you. But you need to be asking yourself this. And then, what do they want? What do they want? We've got to conceptualize that. What do you think a person would want that's in foreclosure or that's in probate? They're about to lose their house. What would they want? What do you think a tired landlord wants? What do you think an out-of-state owner wants? After you have thought about their problem, this is what's going to help you be great. And then where are they starting? And where do they want to end up? When you know this, you're then able to articulate that in a natural way to your prospects. So it doesn't sound like you just, oh yeah, I want to buy your house. Oh, I can give you this much. Oh, looks like you need the roof to be replaced. So that's going to take $5,000 off your asking price. So I can give you 90. What? No, you're thinking about what you want. You got to stop that, because you'll damn near probably never buy a house. This isn't that. And it's a natural conversation too. It makes it so much easier to do, because we're just talking to them about their problem. You guys watch that Zoom with me, Clyde, Sherry, Shafta, and the two sisters. The $1 million deal I was telling you about on the Sunday evening, that one? Yeah, that one. And you can hear that lady say that Clyde was pretty much a gift from God. I say, yeah, God's instrument. That's what we do. Y'all, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's freaking glorious. I love it. So here's your keys to success, okay? You want to be very descriptive, all right, when we're talking about what's in it for them and thinking about it. And then you narrow down your perfect prospect, and that will make it so you compete with less people. When you're competing with less people, it makes it easier to convert a person, because you're not competing with every real estate investor out there. That's not what we do. We do this at a high level. Then you clearly identify what their problem is and what they want, okay? And now this is part of a tactic I'm about to give you. You're very descriptive in your power statement. You narrow down the perfect prospect to compete with less people, identify what their problem is, what they want, and then we clearly identify the journey that we're going to take them on from point A to point B with our power statement. So check this out. You guys have heard me say power statements if you've listened or watched any other recorded calls. Naomi's prospect that she made $18,000, where you see Naomi with that picture of that check. Yeah. Who negotiated that? Who settled that seller down? Well, just a kid. You know what I mean? It's all good though. That's what we do. You win, I win. I win, you win. Let's go win. Because we winning over here. If y'all want to win, well then we can win. But if y'all don't want to win, we still gonna win. Shit. Yeah, rewind that. You're gonna have to watch that again. Well, just get the point is, we win it. We want y'all to win. Let's go. Now, this power statement, instant credibility. Instant, y'all. Trust me. Listen to me now. Because, see, when you ask somebody what they do, right, that owns a business, when you ask them, they're like, I own a technology business. I own a video editing business. I own a t-shirt business. And you're like, okay, cool. What kind of t-shirts you make? Oh, I'm doing a little bit of everything. I make a little bit of everything. What you need? You like, a little bit of, well, shit, I don't even really know what I need. I don't know, you know. Oh, I know. What type of video editing do you do? Oh, well, there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They just shot themselves in the foot. Think about it. When you ask a business owner, or somebody tell you they own a business, and you ask them what kind of business it is, think about their answer. Now, when somebody asks, you know, you're a real estate investor. Oh, well, you're a real estate investor. What kind of investing do you do? Oh, I do fix and flips. I do buy and holds. Or you say this. You say, well, we're really kind of like community investors. And what we do is we help distressed homeowners in selling their home. And we have the knowledge to do transactions that most can't or won't do. And so we help our clients to put money in their pockets instead of taking it out. A lot of times we can get that done in as little as 7 days. So how has it been dealing with your lender up to this point? Boom, power statement. It should never be more than 13 seconds long when you have to say it. And then it should always end with a question. That power statement is going to take them like by surprise. They're going to be like, this person's really good at what they do. Instead of just saying, oh yeah, I'm a real estate investor. I work with a group of investors and we buy houses in this market. I'm like, man, you're just like everybody else, man. I don't even want to, okay, bye. Call me back, man. I'll think about it. Oh, we've already been down. Power statement. And this is the seed to your business, man. I don't even know. Okay, so here go another one. Now, don't say I ain't dropped no gems on you now, because I love you now. I dropped them on you now. So the person, now you can listen, remember guys, we target the problem. And I'm going to go over this with this just day two. I'm just giving you the sauce right here with first a tool that will give you instant credibility. Please, y'all, any calls of mine that you hear, watch the Zoom, whatever, you will hear a power statement in that. Always. There's no if, and, buts about it. I don't care if we've already been talking for a second. When it's my turn, when I feel like, oh my goodness, I haven't said my power statement, I'll say, well, let me just tell you a little bit about who we are, kind of what we do and who we help. Is that all right? They'll say, yeah. And I'll say, cool. And hit it with the power statement. Bam. Last one. You're at a prospect's house. And they're like, well, how can you help me? What type of investing do you do? I'd say, well, Mr. Seller, we have the tools that enable property owners to stop their problems and to even pull cash out of their property. And we've got a unique way of almost partnering with property owners to get them out of situations that the traditional ways of real estate just can't do. A lot of times we get people back in control in as little as 24 hours. So how has it been going through eviction court so far? Boom. How has it been dealing with other investors up to this point? Bang. Gee, what? How has it been working with realtors so far? You hit them with that question, it throws them off balance because their mind is already spinning because you hit them with that power statement where they're like, and then you hit them with the question. That's the psychological trigger right there, because now they got to kind of catch back up to answer this question. So, giving you that game.